Hello everyone, Vane here, and we're back with another episode of FoolCraft. So check this out. Jackmine has added the flames at the top here. I think that looks really cool. Heck yeah. And you might see something flying in the background. It's a helicopter dropping F-bombs. That's great. Another thing I hadn't touched on, Hidoshi actually built a woot farm. And this is for withers. So we've actually got a nice, convenient and lag-free way of getting nether stars now. I think I'll probably leave that, but I'm probably going to turn it off at some point. Another thing, we're tearing down buildings, we're making room. And, you know, we're going to try and make the area look a little nicer soon. Yeah, a member of our community, Cortez, suggested that we add a moat of blood. I thought that would look awesome. So Jackmine was playing around and he experimented with these blood leaves. I'm not too sure I'm a fan of those. But there is a quick and easy way to get actual blood. I threw up a temporary spawner here. This is our blood factory. So yeah, this is that resturbed spawner for the skeletons. And I've got full speed upgrades in there, so it's just constantly cranking them out, dropping them into the smeltery. And yeah. Constant production of blood. So I got this barrel over here. 477 buckets so far. Okay, let me turn this down. And so basically it's just piping everything out through the drain. And the blood's able to go here, so it goes there. There's tin, molten tin. And since that can't go in the barrel, it goes into the fluid tank and then back into the drain. And so that creates a constant cycle so it doesn't get jammed up. And there's always something in there to kill them. So pretty cool. So we'll have actual blood for making a moat. I think that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I haven't done any more work on the inside yet. I think I cut out the part where I was actually mentioning these are all temporary. This is mainly just for planning. And so it's not gonna look like this when it's done. The glass is just there so that I can see the mobs going through and make sure everything's working fine. But yeah, we'll make this aesthetically pleasing as we can. Another thing, when we ended the last episode, I was working on the steak production, and yeah, we've got a problem. I guess I can't really jump. Hold on. Yeah, it's not working as intended. So basically, as you saw, there were adult cows over here. I've tried just about everything. I've raised up these fences, I put solid blocks, and somehow still, when these babies grow up, the adults are getting out. They're not climbing out, they're just glitching through the block, I think. So I don't think using the fan is going to work the way we want it to. So I'm going to have to fix this and come up with something else. Also, you may see by what I have on my hotbar here, Draconic Evolution Energy Core. Heck yeah. So we've decided we're going to put a giant ball of power at the top of this tower, because why not? That's going to look awesome, and it's going to serve a purpose, you know, being able to store massive amounts of energy. And so that's one thing I have planned for today. Alright, so I pretty much had it right. Just had to place down these stabilizers on the sides. And now we should be able to activate the basic one. But as you see, that's not too impressive. Certainly looks cool, but not as big and bold as we're wanting to go for. And if we tier it up, now we can see the actual guide. And that's going to tell us what we have to place in order to make this. Alright, now we should be able to access the GUI here. Activate the tier 2. Well, it's better. Still not quite enough. Alright, so that's 1.4 billion RF storage. I'd still like to go bigger. So let's see if we can do one more. Let's go for the tier 4. And there we go. Alright, so that's 9 billion RF. That looks pretty good. I think that'll work for now. Alright, so to hook this up, we just need input and output, which you can do with this energy pylon. And since I've got both of these below, we'll have to put a glass block on top. And then we just need one to be the input and one to be the output. And so I'll right click on this one, that'll make that the output, and that's the input. Now as far as actually connecting to things, I'm not too sure. You know, we've got 1 billion RF stored in the capacitor bank down there, but I don't necessarily just want to make a loop with it. So what I'll probably do is have all the power going into that, and then output from that into this. At least for now, anyway. Alright, there we go, 100% infused. And this actually takes 4 stacks of dimensional shards. But I've got an idea with this, since I'm probably going to need to do that a lot. I'm going to go ahead and set that up to auto feed from the system. Now we've got all the machines here. Let's see, is there a better place? Oh, I forgot to show you something. You know, since we filled up all these crafters, I went ahead and did this. You know, I dug out some room down here, and yeah, we got a whole bunch more. So I'm going to try and get all this stuff and things auto-crafting. And just got to make a torch down there. But yeah, not extremely aesthetically pleasing, but at least it's not all cobble. And also over here, you know, making concrete is kind of a pain in the butt since you have to use water. So I set this up. This is a constructor set to construct white concrete powder, and a destructor set to only break concrete block. And so what you do is you just tell the system, go ahead and craft some of that white concrete powder. It automatically places it, completes the redstone signal, sends it over here. I got a delay so it goes in a loop and tells it to pick the water back up. And thankfully, with the redstone conduits, you don't have to worry about the water destroying the redstone. Now, there's probably easier ways to do this, but hey, it works. There we go. And grab a couple of energy conduits. Yeah, one of these days I need to actually finish all this. And one more thing we'll need is an exporter. There we go, craft one of those. Alright, and we'll grab a dimensional shard. Alright, so now the refined storage system will keep this always full. So there we go. So basically, you just throw something in here and it should keep going all the way up to 100%. And if you want, you could even set an exporter with, you know, metadata filters to only pull it out once it's full. But there we go. Alright, so this one's doing 20,000 RF per tick. I take the card out, break that, and let's put the infused one down. There we go. So this one will do 30,000. Wait. Okay, somehow I got a second fully infused. Alright, anyway, so this will do 30,000, so I guess that's a little faster. But yeah, either way, that stores so much, we're probably not going to have to worry about it. So I guess since I got this here, I'll go ahead and hook this up. Alright, so I was looking into setting up a dimensional transceiver, since I know these can transfer 40,000 RF per tick, and that will be a step up from the power cells. But to do this, you need fused quartz, an ender resonator, and ender crystals. Now, the ender resonator, we can automate that with a slice and splice. But for the ender crystals, this takes the soul binder and the soul of an enderman. We don't really have any good way to automate that. Now, I could probably get a whole bunch of soul vials and go to the end and just collect a bunch, just to have them in storage. But it also has an enchantment cost, so we would need XP collected. And I don't think we're really going to have any good source of liquid XP until we get that mob farm up and running. So I don't think I'll be able to automate this yet. But what we can do is at least automate the fused quartz. You know, I haven't set up a alloy smelter yet. Alright, let's get some power up there. Alright, that does not need connected. So it'll be insert, and this will be extract. That should be all we need. Oh, we need a capacitor. Alright, well, let's see if this works. And there it goes. Yeah, I'm not sure why these don't actually update, but there we go. Got 11. And there's one. Can we do one more? Yes, there we go. Dimensional transceivers. Oh, I should probably fix this. And this is going to be to receive power from the Draconic core. So first we need to set up a channel. We'll keep it public. Alright, so this is going to receive power. Alright, so I'm going to break this one. And that'll send power. There we go, now it's draining. Alright, so the hope is that it'll keep the capacitor bank full. Down here. Yeah, it's filling back up pretty quick. And then once this tops off, all the extra will go back to the Draconic Core. And we'll have massive amounts of power. Pretty cool. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
So yeah, I saw your blood leaf set up here. And I'm not really a fan of that.
I see.
So yeah, that's why I went ahead and set up that blood factory. But I mean, we've got plenty of blood now that we could definitely set up a moat if you want to. Another issue is blood might not even be the most blood-looking liquid that's in the pack.
Okay. What?
I think it's more appropriate since it is actual blood, but check it out. So here's what the blood looks like. It's kind of bright, like a orangish color. But
It's kind of thin too.
yeah, I think another liquid that might work better would be destabilized redstone. Let me grab some of that. This one, guess I don't need that much.
Another thing, instead of going all the way around, we could just go to where it feeds underneath the ground.
Yeah.
At the highest point, like right around the middle and on the sides.
Oh, we could build like a drain thing so it looks like it's pouring out. That'd be kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's destabilized redstone. Ew. When it hit the blood, it turned into flesh.
Yeah. Although I do like the way it looks.
Yeah, the destabilized redstone, that's a lot more red, a lot more saturated.
I like that it's more opaque.
Yeah.
Now, what are we going to do with that big barrel of blood?
Drink it.
Ooh.
Fuel for the soul. Kidding, I don't know. Well, it'll be in the RS if we need it. Oh, here, I got a gift for you.
You're tired of picking up my stuff.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing that I have not shown on video yet. I could show it to you as well. You want to check this out? I don't know, you might have already seen it if you went down the elevator.
You're talking about the disc room.
Yeah, data center.
The blade room. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh my god, you can barely even walk.
Yeah, it's a little cramped, but it works. I mean, I don't think we're going to need more storage than this. But yeah, I started filling some of these up over here. And I've got them all connected underneath. So it's all hooked up.
I like the laboratory blocks.
Yeah. See, I was trying to figure out how big the room needed to be, but it definitely should have been bigger. But I think it'll work.
Oh, I think so. I love the fans. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The ductwork, it's brilliant. I love it. You did a great job.
Thank you. So yeah, this should take care of our storage for a while. It's going to be an ongoing thing, trying to get all of these filled with the actual storage disks. So what I can do is do this. And that equals that. And I believe that'll work. Where's the...
What happened to your voice?
I'm doing commentary. What, do I sound funny or something?
No, I hear nothing. You're
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, then.
I think I've got it set up to do destabilized redstone automatically now. It's not exactly what I had in mind. I was going to try and use the actual fluid storage of the RS, but instead it's crafting buckets. Yeah, they don't seem to be trying to fight it at all. I think they're moving along slowly enough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
The vertical conveyor doesn't work for mobs, apparently. Alright, so I think I'm ready to test again. So I did a redesign, basically, from this level right here. It's a smoother drop. I've got stairs. And it's all raised up a block. Oh, forgot to turn one. See, this is why we test things. Jeez. And I've got the dark clear glass here. So you can see in, but it blocks light. Although I'm not sure if that's really what I want to use. But I had some, so I used it. And yeah, we've got more straightaways here instead of, you know, weaving around the corner. So that should make it easier to add some redstone stuff. And some steps to get down to the last drop. Yeah, those things hurt. Alright. I think we're ready to test. Alright, well, we've had a few changes here. You know, I've kind of been running around fixing miscellaneous stuff. Right now we are power positive, but we weren't for quite a while. But look at that, 42,000. Yeah, I switched things around, so this is no longer pulling from the power in there. It's actually pulling straight from the power generation, which makes a bit more sense. And then it's still sending the power to our vibrant capacitor bank. But yeah, both of these are power positive now. So we're going to get quite a bit of power stored up, hopefully. Now this is extremely slow right now. But I'm definitely going to look into improving the power situation. As long as it stays positive, we'll be fine. But I know once we turn these spawners on, that's going to start draining a lot of power. And speaking of spawners, yeah, I'm a derp. We can't exactly use the resturbed spawners in this system. So I forgot something. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. Let's see, how far are they getting? So there's that one. Keep an eye on him. See, he just disappeared. That one disappeared. Yeah, with the Resturb spawner, they're only able to stay spawned for a limited time. So we can't use the Resturb spawners for this system because they go through it too slow. So they just vanish here and they never make it to the end. So we're going to have to use all powered spawners, which is going to use quite a bit of power. So I'll have to figure something out. At least we didn't convert all of our spawners yet. So I decided to take a look at the various fluids that could possibly be used in place of blood. And, you know, we tried this destabilized redstone, but that's a little too shiny. And so I also tried molten redstone alloy, which I think just isn't really shiny enough. But I think the best one is just plain old molten iron. I think that looks the most like blood. And so Jack Mine's actually on fire. He's replacing the destabilized redstone with the molten iron. I think that looks really good. Alright, so I relocated the drawer controller, got that on the bottom. And I got this connected to it there. I hooked up the refined storage here just temporarily in case we need to do any crafting. Hooked up an elevator here so we can go down below. And there's the derp cable. We've got that connected all the way up there with a external storage. And we're able to easily get here and, you know, mess with the stuff if we need to. Alright, so I made some changes. We now have zombies, skeletons, and wither skeletons all spawning in here. And I've done some redstone stuff. You can hear some thumping. Look at the lights. Kind of hard to see them through the dark glass. Yeah, as they pass through, they trigger the redstone. There's no blocks and lamps. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I probably should have made a separate trigger for this lamp right here, but I just connected it to that one instead. Yeah, and the more mobs you have going through, the longer it stays tripped, instead of, you know, being rapid fire, no blocks. So I think that works pretty well. Look at that. That's awesome. And yeah, we've got a mess of stuff going in here. Yeah, that's gonna be most of the functional stuff. You know, we'll still try to do a little bit of aesthetics, especially with, you know, this glass here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it works pretty well. Alright, guys. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.